Welcome to our podcast. Let's see what happens. And this podcast features two women with ADHD, and we talk about our life choices, maybe shed some light on life with ADHD, perhaps inspire. Probably not, though. Okay. What would you say you do here?
Hi, Natalie.
Hello. How are
Boy.
you? Hello. How you look today, by the way? I feel like I have a very consistent appearance. You know I'm going to be like jammies, sweatshirt, sweatpants. You could look like a real human in real dress-up clothes.
Mhm.
You could look like you just rolled out of bed. You
Mhm.
just went for a run.
Yeah, I think to paint a picture, today I am wearing a black fleece hat that is covered by a hood of a shirt that is covered in marmot. Yeah, and then I have another jacket on top of that because I rolled straight from a run out in 18-degree weather into our podcast today. So
Yeah, these are facts. You know, I always consistently am wearing sweatpants and a sweatshirt. And yesterday I had to coach hockey for like 2 hours. So I'm on the ice. And that was the time that I chose to wear real pants. I was like, today I'm going to wear real pants for being on the ice. These paper thin real pants. And it just supported my idea that why would I ever wear real pants? I was freezing. It was so cold. I was out of all the times to wear nice paper pants. Why is this the time?
I'm also imagining the pants are made of the same paper that you use in one of those lanterns that you light on fire and then it disintegrates.
Yeah, no, basically it's like that. I could breathe through them. No climbing pants. I'm like, why is this happening? And then I proceeded to tell all of the other coaches that nobody should ever wear real pants because they're cold. This is what happens. And everyone was like, I'm trying to actually do things.
We're trying to coach here. But
I'm like,
that's
but the
great.
pants, and I'm cold. So everyone pay attention to me. They're like, you're
If
an
you're
adult.
cold,
Like,
yeah, but if you're a cold adult, you might as well be like a feral beast. No,
Yes.
nothing's going to happen. Nothing's going to happen until you get warm.
I'm
We
surprised
talk
I
about-
didn't invite other people into my jacket to be like, can we cuddle? Because I'm cold. And they're like, that is wildly inappropriate. And I'm like, but is it? Because I'm really chilly.
Okay, so it's fine.
Yeah.
I'm asking for consent. I'm not making you get in here. And also, I'm going to keep my clothes on because I'm cold. Yeah.
And also, do you have spare pants that I could just put on? Because that is not beyond me asking for that either. I actually thought about that. I almost was like, do you have a pair of pants I could just put on? And then I was like, do that?
That seems normal to me. Yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, I was there.
Yeah.
This is like me talking to me. We need an actual adult.
This story makes me think of a quick addendum to a previous podcast where we talked about the special hell of grocery stores. And we did not touch on the fact that grocery stores are subarctic. Why?
Oh,
are
they're so cold.
cold?
They're
Why?
so cold.
Every
And
time
they have
we
a
go
weird
in,
smell. Why do they smell?
horrible smell.
Why
Not
do you
good.
smell like that grocery store?
I don't
come on.
know. I don't
Like,
know.
do something different with your life. Ugh.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, we were supposed to introduce ourselves.
Oh, right. We're like giving people a teaser. And then, don't you want to know who we are? You're still here? Wow.
I'm wearing sweatpants today. They're like, "Ooh, you sound interesting."
Scrolling through podcast options. They're like, let's talk about marmot, garment, and sweatpant gal. This is it. This is the future.
They've got their shit together. We don't. Either way.
Also, they appear to be recording this at 9:30 and 7:30 in the morning, but they kind of sound like they might be drunk.
I know. I'm about to say that.
But they definitely sound like they are. Well, dear listener, here I am, yours truly, Marmot Garment, aka Lauren Deely. And in our last episode, I was reminded when I listened to it recently that we were going to practice introducing ourselves. So I'm going to give a crack at it again.
This is real
Yeah.
world practice. Hello,
Real practice.
miss. Do people say
Hello.
miss? I already just. I will not say. Nobody. Literally. Okay. Pretend I'm somebody else. Hey, do people say that?
When our adults out in the world,
You like normal?
I like your sweatpants.
Well, thanks.
Yeah, anytime. Anyway, my name's Lauren, and I'm one of those people who is basically like a stereotypical white lady in Colorado who just jumped out of a Jeep commercial. I run really, really long distances, and I bike and I backcountry snowboard, and I climb, and I'm learning to teleski, and I do have a real job. I spend a lot of time working at my real job. I also just gave a TED Talk because somehow this amount of loud talking has qualified me to be on a TED stage, which is pretty extraordinary. So don't worry, dear listener. I'll send you the link when it's live. It's not live yet. Yeah, that's it. I don't think I did a good job with that.
No, that was great.
Okay.
Go on. Tell me more. I didn't even realize we were still introducing ourselves. I was like, wow, I want to be your best friend. Also, okay. Why, hello, other adult in the real world.
Wow.
I'm Natalie. I am a mom. I have 2 boys. right now, I feel like I'm spending all my time at the ice rink, which is about 4 minutes away, because I am coaching hockey. And then on my free time, I also play hockey. So I am there, usually in fleece lined sweatpants. Yesterday were paper thin pants. So don't be fooled. And then it just started snowing and the mountains open. So I went skiing once. What are other adults talk about? Oh, I have aphantasia. Look that up
Yeah.
because we'll probably get there,
Yeah.
which makes my life and my memory even harder because that means that I literally cannot picture things in my head. This is a
amazing.
recently new discovery.
A guy that gave a TED talk with me. I don't know how you say that. How do people say that? Do they say at the same conference? Whatever.
Like
We
your
were
TED Talk buddy.
Talk buddy.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's my new friend. His TED Talk was all about how he's a game designer. He designs games. That was probably clear with the comment, game designer. So he's a game designer and he has aphantasia, which is
Yeah, crazy.
crazy.
How
Yeah.
does he do that?
He
So
doesn't know.
an example would be like I coach hockey. So there's other adults there who outline the drill and I'm an adult. I am the person who's supposed to then organize the kids and execute this drill. So it's drawn. I have no idea how to translate a drawing to real life. So I just look around the ice and I'm like, eh. And the kids are like, what do we do? And I'm like, you show me for this learning experience and I'll go after you. I have no idea. I cannot do it. It is crazy, but that's for another episode.
Another time. Man, I think we did a good job with both the intros and giving teasers. Right? We're like, here's a little cliffhanger. Don't you want to know more about how Natalie has aphantasia and how how I like hoodwinked people into giving me
Clearly, that's going to be a great episode. So
Yes.
stay tuned.
But today, I think we have an episode that is really going to hit at the heart of what it feels like to have extreme ADHD.
This is like the definition of ADHD. So
For those of you
We
who might be
said-
listening that don't have ADHD, which like, why are you doing that?
this
Something
is
we're
not for
doing.
you.
If you wanted to know what is it like to have ADHD, this anecdote, this is it.
This is it. All right, hold on to your socks. So we spent time on our computers over Zoom making a list of all of the things that we wanted to talk about. I think we did it by category.
Oh yeah, it was in a spreadsheet. It had different
Yeah.
categories. It was well organized. We were both adding to it over the course of 2.5 weeks. This
Yeah.
list was large.
Yes,
Yeah.
very large list. It made us feel very accomplished because it was a list and that was amazing.
Yep. Mhm.
So last week I was like, what should we talk about? Let's consult the list. And then
Seems
I
reasonable.
texted you. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was on Google Drive. I swear to God, it was on Google Drive.
It was on
And
Google
I
Drive.
think we emailed it to each other.
Oh, totally.
Okay, so we had it in the interwebs of the computer things, not just on our computers. So last week, I was like, let's consult our amazing list that we put so much effort into. I cannot find it anywhere. I'm like looking through Google Drive. I'm like, maybe it's on Dropbox. I'm searching emails. I have scoured the places. And I was like, Feely did something and has it under control. I
Like,
know.
Okay, at first, I have all of the confidence of somebody with extreme ADHD. Can I find it? Of course I can. This is like a dope side quest. Yeah. Was there important work that I needed to be doing at that time? Certainly. It was this and way more important side quest? Absolutely. And I was like, don't worry, sis. I'm on it. And so I do the same thing. I'm like, Natalie, she's just having a moment. It's obviously in Google Drive. 45 minutes later, it's definitely not in Google Drive. I literally scrolled through everything in Google Drive. I found photos of myself from like 2007. What? No, I went all the way back in time. And no, there's no list. And I was like, okay, got it. It's got to be on email. So then I looked in my email. I searched your name. I searched list. I searched podcast. I searched everything. Nothing. Nothing
I
came up.
did find a document on Google Drive titled Let's See What Happens.
Yeah.
I don't remember what was in there, but it was something that was shared, not our
Yes.
list, though.
Not our list. No.
It was our
How about
backpack
it was
ideas.
our backpack idea. The whole other business that we've created. Yeah. Don't worry.
We have one of them.
That's fair. Arguably, that was probably more important. But then I was on a run today and I was like, you know how sometimes you go on a run and it's an idea storm and you like can't stop? So the whole way back, I'm repeating these ideas to myself and I have recreated some of the list, which I then wrote down on a paper notebook, which like that has a good lifespan of 8 seconds. So we're just going to rapid fire talk about the ideas that I put on this list, because Lord knows we're going to lose this thing again.
We should probably just hurry up because the time that thing exists is just like ticking down.
Not
One
one
minute.
vanish in front of my eyes. It's going away. So, rapid fire. Let's start with hiding things from myself.
Yes, that is a big one. I'm very good at that. Anything that is relatively important to me,
Mm.
I have the same thought every time and it never works every time, but I still keep doing it where I'm like,
Mhm.
okay, car keys. I don't have one spot I put them, but I should hide them in a really safe spot, like a special place. And I say this, oh, it's in a special place. I just can't find what special place it is. And then I'm searching random drawers and looking in plants. It's not when you walk in just right there. No, that's too obvious. Who
Oh.
knows what's going to happen to them there out in the open? So I hide them.
Mm-mm.
This version of myself, no idea. Literally, I don't know where I put them.
Yeah. You have to think back. This is my trick for that. You have to think back to who you were the last time you had your keys,
Mm.
because that's going to dictate the type of special place. Here's an example. I hid my computer mouse and keyboard from myself. Now, for those of you that might think I'm on a laptop, I am, but I don't like the laptop keyboard and I hate the stupid trackpad. Anyone who uses a trackpad, are you okay? Who hurt you? Wow. So I have a regular mouse and a little external keyboard that I type on. For 4 days, I could not find these. And I thought back and thought, okay, who was I when I hid those? And I realized I was in work mode. So I had to go to my work bag. And then there's a special little secret zipper. And I was like, oh, I bet I put it in that secret zipper. Why? I've literally never opened that zipper. I've never put anything in that zipper. Turns out, yep, that's where they were.
It's
Why?
so true. You have to go back to exactly who you were. Like, if I'm rushing and I'm with the kid, I'm probably kind of doing some sort of yell situation. And okay, I have the keys in one hand. Kids are asking me to draw things and get snacks. So I probably am whipping around, slide the keys under our lazy Susan under the counter. Hide here, keys. Be safe. Godspeed. And then 30 minutes later, I'm like, where the fuck are those keys? And then I have to go back and be like, okay, if I was going to hide the keys from two boys who were grabbing at snacks where I had no patience, where would I put them? It works like 50% of the time.
Good percentage. 1 out of every 2 times it works. Yeah. So, okay, hiding things from myself. We're really good at it. Next one, accidentally doing giant things and being really overconfident that it's going to
So
work.
confident, extreme confidence. And things that, and then when you tell people, they're like, I'm sorry, what did you do? And you're like, oh, nothing. I just started my own business. And they're like, I'm sorry, what? You're like, actually, it's not that hard. You just go on the website and you're like, I want to start a business. Boop, boop, boop. And you're like, oh, easy.
But fixate for like 72 hours. And then next thing you know, you have a business.
Yeah.
I think it's really fun then when people are like, well, how did you do that? You're like, oh, I just did this. And then I did that. And then I did this. And then I did that. And it's never dawned on you that you're like, huh, that actually does seem hard now that I say it.
It's like a lot. Yeah.
Oh,
That was a lot of steps. When I was 9 months pregnant with my first kid, I was like, you know what I'm going to do? I am going to write a series of books for children about inclusion. And I wrote in the span of maybe like 2 months, 9 books. I published them. I got an illustrator. I did a GoFundMe, raised the money to pay for the illustrator, and then donated all the books to schools. I did that. Could I do that again? No. People are like, you published 9 books? I'm like, oh yeah, you just go on and, self-publish, blah, blah, blah. Got an illustrator, did a GoFundMe, got the money. And people are
Got a
always
baby.
like, I'm sorry, what? Actually, I got it done pretty quick. I was in the zone, just writing shit down.
Yeah, I didn't lose it. I mean, that's, I think, the real miracle here.
Now I have lost it because I wanted to go back and edit all of them. I cannot find them anywhere. They are completely gone. I'm serious. The only person who has it is Amazon self-publishing KDPS or whatever the fuck it is. I don't know. I don't know where it is.
Can people buy your books?
People can buy my books. I wanted to edit them, but I can't. So I was like, oh, I'll rewrite them. This version of me, I don't know if I can rewrite things. I would have to buy my own book on Amazon, open it, copy it, find the illustrator, I guess, and then do it again. That seems really hard. I don't know.
I think that's part of the
Yeah.
magic, right? Because when you stumble ass backwards into it, you're like, oh, this is like a joke. That can't be that hard. I made a joke about it. Recently, I
Yeah.
accidentally bought a house. What, is that not a normal way people buy houses now? Like, why do you laughing? Most people don't buy houses accidentally. Super weird. So basically, here's what happened. So I've been looking for a house in this like really, really small town for like really long time, years, like actual years, because it's a really small town. It's hard to buy a house, blah, 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 blah. So this summer, there was some people selling a house and I was introduced to the person who was listing the house, like the real estate agent that's trying to sell the house. And so basically, I threw out this kind of a joke offer where I was like, oh, well, if they want to sell it for this,
What part of your house can I get for this?
I wanted the whole thing. I just balls out was like, well, I bet this. Don't list the house. Just sell it to me for this, my 10 candies. And it's not going to be like the easiest day of work for you ever. And the listing agent was like, No, I'm just going to do my job and list the house and sell it for like an appropriate price, not 10 candies, you crazy, crazy feral beast. No. Fast
Fast
forward.
forward
Yeah. Fast forward like 4 months.
like
The house
10 minutes.
I don't know how time works. So it was some amount of time, but now it's cold and then it was warm. So some time had passed and I thought he called me up and he was like, hey, so the house hasn't sold. I was like, yeah, I know. Cause it's a small town and I'm in there and I see the for sale sign on the house. Duh. And he was like, yeah, well, they'll accept your offer if you're like serious about making it. And then I felt like I had to. Cause I was like,
You're like, you're extreme confident. That person to me seemed very confident. This person is still confident, but slightly in a different way.
basically, I sat with it and was like, okay, past self, did you actually mean that? This is what I gave a TED talk on. But I basically have this decision-making framework where I like get quiet and think about my deathbed self. And I'm like, all right, homie, if you don't buy this house, what will you think? And I was like, oh, I'd be pissed. So I called the guy back and I was like, all right, if I can go see the house today, I'll make the offer. And he was like, what? Like, that's not how people see houses. And I was like, well, it's how I'm going to see the house. So
You're
if
like,
yeah,
I'll show up on a horse with balloons outside of the house. I will buy it. See you in 10. He's like,
the flop goes out. Here he comes with his balloon.
you're like, wow, that is dedication. You should get a raise,
Done.
mister.
Yeah, it's perfect. And so then I'm like, okay, well, great. I'm going to buy a house. Turns out this is like a whole different way to buy a house because I didn't have a real estate agent. So he was representing both sides of the deal. And everyone's like, nobody buys houses this way. Nobody accidentally makes a joke and then gets that offer accepted. It's a real house. And I just closed on it. And you know what? Here's the thing I learned. There's a lot of people around.
tell.
Yeah. Here's what I learned in this whole process. The whole home buying process is basically just a coordinated effort for 7 different people to make a bunch of money on your transaction. And they're all really motivated to make their little cut of the pie. So like, they're just going to help you tumble through this whole process. Because they want to move the ball down the field so that they can get their little slice of the pie. You end up with a house. They end up with their little slice. And eventually, yeah, then you have a house. So, you know, the second thing I learned in this process is that buying a home this way causes people in your life to have extreme anxiety. Like other people that are impacted by this decision, they're like, you don't just buy a house. And I was like, well, yeah.
Well, seems like the paperwork is good. So I don't know what to tell you. I think that's amazing.
Thanks.
Congrats. That's how I feel like I do a lot of things in life. I wanted to go to Costa Rica a couple years ago and take the family.
Mm-hmm.
And I had this whole discussion like, we don't have the money.
Mhm.
So instead of listening to that, I just started booking Airbnbs over there. I'm serious. I was like, well, okay, I hear that we don't have enough money. I'm still going to go ahead and do this. It's that confidence of,
Yeah.
well, this is the experience I want. So I'm just going to go ahead and do it and things will work out. I'm not broke in a cardboard box.
And you guys had a great trip to Costa Rica. Yeah. I think what really illuminated for me here is that other people have plans. They plan out all the steps.
Yeah.
And you and I are just like, I don't know what I want the end result to look like. So let's just go.
It's just taking that first action. So instead of sitting there and worrying and really carving out all the details, I'm just like, I'm going to take this first step and then I'm going to take this other step because that's what I want down there. And no one else seems to be doing anything except talking about how terrible of an idea this is. I'm going to go ahead and do it. Seriously. That's what it is. And I know to your point of making jokes and then getting into things, I feel like that's also the other half of my life. So part of it is taking these action steps where everyone's like, you can't do that. And I'm like, seems like I'm doing it. And then the other part is me making jokes and then people thinking I'm serious and then putting me into things where I'm like, I didn't see this coming, but I guess I'm doing it.
Yeah.
Yes. My friend was like, I am putting my kid in this Lego class. I hate Legos. I have aphantasia. I can't picture anything. Legos are not my thing. Literally not my thing.
We're not together.
No joke. I should not be teaching Legos. I cannot do Legos. The kids are like, Mommy, make me something. I can make a tower. That's it. I'm not even joking. It's so bad. It looks like I'm trying to be bad at Legos. I'm not bad. So anyways, she's like, I'm going to put my kid in this Lego class. You should also do that. And then we can hang out. I'm like, perfect. Send me the email to the director. And so she does. And I jokingly send an email to this director because this director had also mentioned we're short coaches. We have so many kids. So I sent this email jokingly back to my friend and this director being like, wouldn't it be funny if Allie and I just ran this league? It would be so funny. And I said some other things and I was like, haha. The next email I receive is from the director with a list of children that me and my friend are in charge of for this class. I'm not joking. She calls me up and she was like, "You motherfucker, I am signed up now to coach. I wanted to be drinking wine and playing pickleball with you.
Oh, you can
Not
do one of those things while
coaching
coaching. I'm just saying, we can multitask, okay?
you signed us up." I was like, "What? No, I didn't." I was like, "I was joking." And she was like, "No, we have kids and responsibilities as of 10 minutes ago." It's like, "Wait, what?" I hate Legos. This is terrible. It's Legos and it's also robotics coding, which is even more not my jam.
Sorry, what?
Yes. Yes, me. That's right.
I thought the worst part about this was that the girl who can't picture things is coaching Legos. And then you're like, oh, I have to code robots.
Yeah. Yes. The directions to plan this out were so confusing. It took me like a month to understand even what the objective was. I'm not kidding. I was like, I don't understand what this robot's supposed to do. I don't know why it has to go here. I don't know who's doing what. Yeah, that's happening. And it's not like a 6-week class. It is still going on. It goes through January, and we're supposed to go to a competition that I'm supposed to lead. It's so bad.
Please do an episode on what happened at the competition. What is the fallout from this joke?
It's
You know what?
just-
I bet you're going to win. That's what I
that would
think.
be a sick joke.
I think you're going to win. Yeah.
You know, the thing that I do is I do a lot of team building exercises where I'm like, let's pass the ball and say an animal or whatever. And so at least I have that. The Lego piece is a little tricky for me, as is the coding and the robotics, but the team building and the games, feeling it.
I feel like you'd be really good at that.
So yes, I signed up as a joke and now I'm still doing it for an extraordinary amount of time.
Yeah. And now here you are coaching Legos and building robots. And that's how Natalie became a robot builder.
The kids are like, how do you do this? I'm like, how do you think you would do this? Think about that. And then get back to me when you have an idea that works.
This is why you had kids, because that time that you wrote the 9 books when you were 9 months pregnant, you were like, man, this would be so much easier if I could just get like little people to do this for me.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Like minions.
Yeah. Listen, why don't you figure out how to get a book published? And then once you've done that, come on back to me. Tell me how to do it. Yeah. Then I'm going to hand you this manuscript.
Yeah.
You're going to go publish it, child. It's going to be great.
It's great.
That's incredible. Okay,
Something.
so we've covered how we're really good at hiding things from ourselves. We've covered accidentally doing giant things.
Yes.
Learning that other people have what are called plans. Fascinating. Fascinating topic, that one. And then the last one on the list was being the group text demon in group text hell.
Oh my God. Okay. So my response to text is usually just a joke that very loosely relates to whatever the topic is. People will be like, hey, and I'll be like, what's up, fucker? And they're like, what? This isn't an aggressive space. And I'm like, okay, ding dong later. And they're like, I was going to invite you to hang out.
It's the PTA group
just-
text.
Okay, this is a great example. Last year, I was on this group text of women, of moms. For this, we're going to get together and do this dance thing. For Halloween, is this whole group. I knew maybe 2 of the moms. And it's text like, what time? Oh, this is so fun. Thanks for organizing. Oh, I can't wait. Let's pick a song. I write back because my friend was on the text. Hey, when are we getting some pics of your husband or something like that? Totally inappropriate, not related. And what I thought was a joke, but it was to 40 moms I didn't know. Me just talking about her sending pictures of her husband like topless because I thought it was funny. And I think we'd had some conversation earlier in the day relating to that, I'm assuming. And then as soon as I sent it, I was like, oh, fuck, what am I doing? So then I kind of doubled down instead of stopping. And then it just crickets. And I text the 2 friends I know on that list. And I was like, get me off this chain. Get me off. I cannot. This is why you do not invite me to this. I cannot. I can't be here. I can't exist in this space. And they were both like, what are you doing? And I was like, I don't know. Just remove me.
Literally trying to get out. My husband digging myself deeper into the hole. So I'm asking for help. Get me out or bury me.
They're talking about dancing. I'm talking about your naked husband. Why? Why is this happening to me? I don't know. I don't know why. But that happens almost every group text. People are like, oh, let's play pickleball. What time? And I'm like, I might be there, maybe not. And then that's completely unhelpful information. That's me really trying to be in a group text. It's just unhelpful. I don't know if I'll make it. I can't really make plans. Seems hard. That's in an eternity from now. They're like, it's in 2 hours. I'm like, I know.
I'm going to be a totally
And then
different
I'll
person by
say
then.
some joke that is totally unrelated, and then it's crickets, and I've derailed the whole thing.
How about I throw a brisket at you?
Yeah, they're like, "Why? Why? Can anyone bring me snacks?" They're like, "We're at work. Stop bothering me." And actually, we don't even want to play pickleball with you. This is a pity text that you've now taken over. That was true.
The best part about this topic coming up right now is as it was happening, I'm on a group text with my work colleagues, which let's just talk about how that's a nightmare because
Oh God.
the same thing happens to me. People will be like, oh, here's a funny story. And I'm scrolling through memes that I think are funny. And then I'm lost in the hellscape of, are they going to understand why I'm sending this Bill Murray meme from a random movie that no one has seen, where he's been holding up a little seahorse and like shooting a bubble gun? No, they're definitely not going to understand what that means. And then I'm like, well, I'm going to fucking send it anyway because they should know how funny that is. No, it's not helpful. And so one of the things that happens on this group text for my work people is everybody shouts out somebody's birthday. And this happened right now while we were having this conversation. So it starts with like, happy birthday, Jacob. And then people send normal birthday memes that just say things like happy birthday or happy birthday with confetti or like happy birthday with lines around it. And I just text in all caps.
I feel you so hard on this.
A and then 4 H's, 6 H's, so many exclamation marks, and I'm showing in all caps. Happy Jacob! No happy birthday. No, and then this person's name, all caps, with lots of extra letters, lots of exclamation marks. And then in parentheses, in a separate text, when I realized my mistake, I said, well, that was supposed to say happy birthday, Jacob, but I'm going to stick with happy Jacob. It just said,
Like mistake, and then the double down, and then it's crickets. Everyone's like, are you still going?" And you're like, I guess.
get me out of here.
Oh my God. Yeah, clearly I should be here. It's so true. Usually there's a couple go-tos where it'll be in a group text. "Oh, hey, I'm not having a great day." And everyone else will be like, "Oh, I'm so sorry. Do you want to talk about it?" And I will send a big eye roll, like, I'm sure it will lift up. And then I'll look at it and I'm like, that is so antagonistic. Like, probably will get better. Why? Why? Why am I doing that? I don't know. Nobody knows. It's very confusing for everybody involved, including me.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
Take us off group text. It's really for you. It's for us, but mostly it is for the sanity of the group.
Everyone else can participate. We cannot. Instead of having a group text, we had a podcast. Okay? This is our group text. This is our group. We are
This is it.
texting. This is it. Let us be.
Yeah,
Please.
let us be.
You will be happier.
We'll be
And
so
then-
much happier.
That brings us to the conclusion of being the group text demon in group text hell.
I feel like everyone who listens to this, like my 3 friends who listen, are going to be like, yes. Oh my God. You know what's even better is when I ignore the group text because I'm like,
Yeah.
I cannot commit to this.
No.
They're like, doing a mountain bike at 10. I'll be like, well, maybe. I don't know. Nobody knows. And they're like, again, totally not helpful. You could just leave it, but I can't.
Nope.
Then I will meet them randomly on the mountain bike trail by myself. And then 4 or 5 people who are like, oh, you're mountain biking. And I'm like, yes, just not with the group that invited me, but at the same time, in the same place, because you
Yes.
gave me that idea. So, hi.
Yeah.
Oh,
I don't know. I don't know.
the worst.
Oh,
Not our fault.
No.
Well,
not
it
our
kind of
fault.
is. It actually is.
I feel like other people feel this way. Maybe if you're out there, don't text us.
Yeah, do not let us know unless you
Yep.
want to be completely derailed by eye rolling emojis and proving.
Yeah.
With all caps, just like
Only way I
aggressive texts. Yes.
Do you remember when I showed you how to set your phone to just
Oh my
do
God, that
all
was
caps?
amazing.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Dear listeners, previous to this, Natalie had been making, she would have sent an all caps word. She'd been making every letter a caps letter. She'd been hitting shift
Yeah.
every time. It's a miracle.
I know, it really is. Because all of my text, I want it all to be caps all the time. That is a function that I actually need because most of the time when I'm talking, I need a word to be in caps. Not
Yeah.
just, hey, again, I don't know why. It's just how it comes out.
I think it's just consistent branding. We are really consistent personal brands.
It's true. It's true. I had someone yesterday tell me I walked into the locker room for hockey and a guy walked in and I thought I knew him, which I didn't. So I walked up. I thought he was this other guy. So I stand in front of him, block his entrance
Yeah.
into the locker room.
Yep.
So I'm like, That was his journey into this locker room. And then I realized I don't know him. And I'm like, oh, sorry, I thought you were my friend. So I was going to do this where I like keep him out of the locker room because I guess that's what friends do. And also, sorry, I don't know you, but I keep talking.
I mean,
And then
standing
I
up, I
just
mean,
sit down and I make eye contact with the woman across from me. And I'm just like, why? Why? And she's just over there shaking her head. She's like, nobody knows. I don't know. No, I don't know. Why did I do that? Do friends actually do that? I don't know.
so baiting a friend's process, it's normal.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's go with it.
We need a third adult here to be like, what would you do? We just wouldn't listen. We'd be like, that sounds boring. So we don't need to interview anybody. We'll just do our own thing anyways. And you
Yep.
also don't want to be here for us to interview because everything you say that sounds normal, we will be like, there's no way we're doing that.
Yeah. That's a horrible idea. Oh, you're going to make plans to buy a house? No. No, you just offer 10 pieces of candy and then accidentally get the house. It's fine.
Yeah.
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 Make plans to be a coach? No. You just send an
Yeah.
email. No.
You sign up not only yourself, but your friend who totally doesn't want to coach and knows nothing about Legos. That's fine.
The
Right?
woman who knows nothing about Legos and the woman that can't visualize things in her brain are coaching the robot Lego team.
Oh, the funniest addendum to this is that her son hated Lego class and didn't return. So now she's in it without a kid.
Wow. Well,
Yeah.
I'm really excited. I like this rapid fire lightning round style. I now feel
Yeah,
good.
me too.
The irony of this is that we'll probably never lose this list. We'll probably have this list forever.
For 20
will we ever-
years.
Yeah. Will we ever find the real list? Let's see what happens.
I mean, we won't. But yes, let's see what happens. If anyone comes
No.
across a list of really good ideas, it's ours. And give it the fuck back. Now. Please.
Yeah, it's definitely ours. The better the
Yes.
ideas, the more likely it is that it's ours. Perfect.
Perfect.
Yeah.
I think cleared that
Thanks
up.
for coming by.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And we are currently accepting submissions for our multi-million-dollar ideas because they were ours in the first place. Our new business plan. Okay, I think we gotta stop.
like that.
We're
Okay. We're
amazing.
we're off the rails.
Yep.
All right.
Okay.